All right, just got done watching the movie Pearl, which is a prequel to another film that came out earlier this year called X. Now, in this one, they take that old woman character, Pearl, and we see how she was 60 years prior. This is set in 1918, and she's a young woman in this. And she's played by Mia Goth, who played her as an old woman in the last film. Now she's playing her as a young woman. She also played a different character in X. But like I said, she's playing the Pearl character as a young woman in this one. I thought this film was pretty interesting. It's not really a slasher flick like the last one was. This one's more of a character study. It's a villain origin story. We see how Pearl became a serial killer in this one. You know, it's she's on the farm, living with her, verbally abusive, controlling mother. Her father, who's like an invalid, he's just basically paralyzed. Her husband from the first film, he's off fighting in World War I at this point, so she's all alone, essentially. And she's got these dreams of becoming a movie star and getting off the farm. And she starts this thing up with a projectionist. Anyway, interesting film. Mia Goth, amazing performance. They have all these scenes with her where she's got to give dialogue for like 5 minutes straight, and she carries every minute of that. One thing that I've always said about horror films that makes them good is whether or not you care about the characters in them, whether or not they live or die. With this one, like an X, they nailed it, the first movie. But in this one, not so much. But the characters, I thought, were like realistic. They were just like real people. Even the mother, who's like, this obnoxious hag throughout most of the stuff. She's always bitching to Pearl. It's like, you're being lazy. You're being selfish. The way it's played, you kind of see things from her perspective. It's like, we're trying to, make it on this farm. We're struggling here. You need to pull your weight, is what her attitude is. But, like I said, the characters are realistic. I don't know if you necessarily care whether or not they die. But, like I said, all around an interesting movie. I don't really have too much more to say about it. The way I rate movies is how much I pay to see them. Like $8.50 is usually what I go with. And how much was it actually worth it? I'm going to give it full admission. So $8.50 out of $8.50. All right. Out with the old, in with the new. We got bubble gum this time around. Oh, yeah, I like that. Got like a fresh candy scent to it. I'm going to give this one a standing ovation. A standing ovation. Standing ovation, standing ovation. Yeah. All right, I am getting in on the latest TikTok trend that's collecting Titanic movies. So this all started with Titanic fan 97, a guy who was trying to collect as many VHS copies of 1997's Titanic. And now other people have taken up the cause trying to collect Titanic movies themselves. Well, I have decided I'm going to collect a Titanic movie, and that's going to be the 1943 edition, which was made in Germany. Now, this is black and white. German Titanic? Weren't that movie made by Nazis? I'm sorry, did you say something violent, Vic? Nazis! Mr. Movie Review Man, I'm pretty sure that Titanic movie there was made by the Nazis. Oh, come on, man. Just because something's German doesn't automatically mean it's a part of the Nazi stuff, okay? Quit being so ignorant. Now, hold on. You said that was made in 1943 in Germany. I'm pretty sure that would be the time of the Third Reich. That's a Nazi Titanic movie there. Okay, well, even if something was, say, created in Germany during the Third Reich, it doesn't necessarily mean it's connected to the Nazis. I mean, look at Fanta, you know, the fruit sodas. That was created in Germany in the same period, you know, with Hitler in power, but that doesn't mean it's anti-Semitic. It's just centrist-based, okay? Yeah, well, according to the internet, that there Titanic movie was made by one Joseph Goebbels, the big Nazi propaganda man. That's a Nazi propaganda Titanic movie. Oh, really? I don't want to be collecting Nazi propaganda films. What am I even going to do with this now? Well, now, if I were you, I'd throw that Nazi Titanic movie in the trash where it done belongs. I'm not one for censorship, man. I'm into film preservation. Even if it's a terrible film, I just can't see myself destroying it. I got to get rid of it, though. I don't want this crap on my shelf. So, where am I going to send it? Well, you can always send it to Mar-a-Lago. Okay, I got the answers to last month's trivia question, which was, what are the names of the 7 seas? All right, here they are. Aegean, Adriatic, Mediterranean, Black, Red, Caspian, and the Persian Gulf. Those are your Greek 7 seas. All right. This month's trivia question, seeing how it's going to be Halloween coming up. What vegetable was originally used for jack-o'-lanterns, right? We use a certain vegetable now, but that ain't the original vegetable that was used for jack-o'-lanterns. So, what vegetable used to be used for jack-o'-lanterns? That's this month's trivia question. Welcome to the 555 phone book, where we find 555 phone numbers in movies and television and comic books and put them in our 555 phone book. Okay, seeing how it's October, I'm watching horror movies, and tonight I started things off with Hocus Pocus. And in Hocus Pocus, there's a scene where the main character, Max, gives Allison his phone number. And of course, it's a 555 phone number. And there you have it, another 555 phone number from a classic movie going in our 555 phone book. Oh, now what do you think you're doing? Look, just because you're a King Charles doesn't mean you're the King Charles. I mean, you little imposter, you. I'm telling you, man, you keep walking around like you're King Charles, the real King Charles is going to find out, and then he's going to send people after you. They're going to terminate you, man. No, I'm serious. You'd be a threat to his reign, so he'll send the SAS or MI-16 or the Teletubbies out after you, man. Come on. Think. Hey, 90s kids, you remember this? Super Pro Comics. So NFL Super Pro was about this ex-football player who turned sports reporter and then, out of the blue, decides he's going to fight crime as Super Pro. So does anyone remember NFL Super Pro? Came out in 1991. They had like a dozen issues. Come on now. Super Pro. When are they going to put Super Pro in the MCU?
King, long live our noble King, God save the King. And him victorious, happy glorious, Lord.